Work? I think it's slightly working. I can be heard now. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to redo my spiel. Let me get everyone else hearable too. Alright, let's just pretend like these past couple minutes just, haven't happened. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Plastic Instruments Monthly Podcast, the most professional podcast in the world here. We're with episode 1. I've got Miscellany here with a traffic cone.
Yeah, it's my boy.
Hell yeah. And we've got Steven over here, the GH1 master himself.
Hello.
Absolutely tearing that game a new one this month too. We'll get to that. But it is the Supernovae month, so we've got one of the masterminds behind that whole operation right below us here, Borealis. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Good to see you. All right. So, first thing I'd like to talk about this podcast is that whole grind. How is Supernovae going?
Dude, I won't lie, it's freaking miserable. This is not a fun song to play anymore.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, I can feel that. Almost want to tear your hair out because it's a race.
And you have to play 5 minutes of nothing to get to a hard part.
I feel that so much. That was Megalodon the whole way through, man.
Yep.
Miss, I think you've got a couple questions prepared, right, for this?
Yes, sir. I do have questions for Mr. Borealis, the guitar neck breaker.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't seen that clip, guys, you should check out Borealis's Twitter because he has a funny clip of that.
It is a fantastic clip.
And by the way, that's actually the first question. How did you slap your crammer for the neck My bad. To snap so easily? You answered that question before the stream, but I guess you can answer the chat for that.
So, I didn't slap it really hard at all. What happened is, because I had the back of the neck sawed in half, you do that so that you can access the frets easier. Only the front part of the neck was what was holding the neck together for that. So just a little slap was enough to snap it. And I think there was a little crack in the neck beforehand, but I couldn't tell you for sure, honestly.
Yeah, that's
Now you know why it broke so easily. It was already broken, technically.
I just got massive strength.
I mean,
Not Borealis playing on a broken guitar.
dude plays golf after all.
I wanna ask the next one. So, what sections have you had the most trouble with staying consistent at?
The obvious answer is solo F, but because for the longest time I could not figure out a consistent method for it. But now I think I've found a method that it works 100% of the time. It's a hard method to execute, but I've been getting really good at it. And for now, it's probably either Jarvis's Revenge or Inspired, both for obvious reasons.
Inspired is rough. That section's
Inspired is very rough.
I guess I'll ask the next one. We're gonna switch. How long do you normally do your normal grind sessions last for Supernovae?
30 minutes at most. I usually can't get myself to grind any longer than that unless I'm streaming, and when I'm streaming I only do it longer because I'm streaming. But streaming does help a lot of the time to make it entertaining.
Well, actually, that's funny you say that, because the next question is it hard to stay focused during your live streams, or does it actually help you in your grind sessions?
It's impossible to focus when I'm streaming. I can't not look at chat. I could be on an FC of Megalodon 150 past, like, in the outro, and I'd still be looking at chat.
I feel that. I can't stop glancing. It's just right there,
It's hard to resist to look at the chat, especially when it moves fast. Like, I don't remember how often people talk in your chat, Borealis, but like when I watch when I lurk in Frifs or Asides or Randy's and I see the chat just going up to the sky, I would be like, how do they focus? How do they focus? And well, sometimes they don't actually. That's the magic.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I have no live streaming experience, so I wouldn't know.
Like, you can tell because me and Jared miss in the intro like half the runs.
Yeah, I feel that. That's what my constellation grind's been feeling like recently. Like every time I miss before chain B, it's always because I'm glancing at chat, and I always hate myself for it.
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
it's so painful.
I guess now I can ask, because we're talking. The topic is specifically the race between you and Jared, and according to you, who do you think will FC Supernovae first? Either you or Jared, and for what reason, if you could explain?
It's hard for me to say because I think I'm way more consistent than Jared is at pretty much the entire song, but Jared just has the willpower that I don't have. I think if I end up motivated enough, it's gonna be over pretty quick. And put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good threat.
If-
That's a threat for Jared.
If
Sure.
the next question is if Jared FC is Supernovae before you, will you still have motivation to grind it afterwards?
I won't have any motivation, but I might still try just because of the bounty.
Yeah, that's that.
Sure.
I don't blame you at all.
But like if there weren't a bounty, it would be a hard nope.
Yeah, I feel you
Yeah.
there. I think the
You'd
only
be torturing
reason.
yourself for no reason.
Yeah, I think the only reason I ever went back for Penger second ever is because Jessa still agreed to give me $40 if I did it. So
Yeah.
that was a really good timing there. Is that all of the questions there?
Yeah, that's
that's
all we
that's all of them.
had.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about with the grind specifically, Borealis?
Hardware song.
Oh yeah. How have you been coping with that? Because like I would not want to open that guitar that many times to deal with it.
It's kind of. I usually just put on a stream when I'm opening up my guitar and stuff, and I just pay attention to that, and then it just doesn't bother me. I don't know.
Okay. I mean that's fair.
Mhm.
You can make it entertaining and stuff.
Yeah. Mhm.
Alright. Well, that's cool. The next thing I wanted to get into with this podcast is the actual point of the Plastic Instruments Monthly portion of it. We've got a whole month to look back on, all four of us here, of random accomplishments, setlist releases, and stuff, but we're gonna start with just accomplishments and stuff. Of course, I have to shill immediately. I FC'd Multiplex. I am the best player. It's so good. It's the Amogus song. It's so good.
I don't know, it's a little sus.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't have the outline open, if y'all could help me.
I do have it open, and should we go in order?
Yes, or just anything that you see notable, just bring up.
Well, the first one on the list is pretty big because 2 FCs from Darkly. I will go with the lesser one and the bigger one. The lesser one I'd say is the Empress 150 by Flesh God Apocalypse. While it's like Flesh God sped up, you know my point of view about raking and strumming songs. I hate it, but it's still an impressive fit to rake strum the Empress at 150.
That's gotta be really painful.
Yeah, it's speeds where raking is necessary, and like keeping consistency on raking for a whole song like this at that speed is an impressive fit, and I feel like this FC shouldn't be slept on, personally.
For sure.
But
yeah.
the second one I want to mention from Darkly is the FC that killed the setlist Cow Hero with the first ever FC of the Coheed and Cambria solo medley, which is known. I mean, it's infamous because of that ending section with the strumming that's just overcharged to balls, and it's bad. I mean, it's bad to play.
It's not good.
But it got FC'd, and that killed the setlist Cow Hero, so another setlist to the grave.
That's really cool.
Nuts.
Anyone else want to go for something else, or shall I continue with some?
Let me look at the list here. We've got Scalacost 165
Oh,
by
God.
Savage
It's the
Jeff.
most-
Oh
it's
my
most-
gosh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. I watched the video for that, and at the beginning I was like, okay, that's pretty underwhelming for Jeff FC. And
Yeah.
then the song kicked in, and I was like, okay, that is a Jeff FC. We can move on. That FC is messed up.
That's got to be like an equivalent to like waving my dick in the wind, but more like triple chords and anchoring instead of open notes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the like goosebumps like R.L. Stein moments that happened this month was Archwick FC Prevail 30 minutes right after Alec.
Oh yeah.
That it just seems like out of like insanity that even exists.
Yeah, with the two Prevail FCs back to back. I was also trying to make it 3 with Archwick on the same day. We were trying to co-op FC it, and I don't think we got anywhere near close, but our first attempt was an FC up to throwing you off, which is after staggering solo. So we didn't get it, but it would have been really neat in retrospect.
It's still crazy.
Yeah.
Randy also got Jordan at 200% speed, which is nuts.
Which is tied with Alex's goddamn English hard. A size FC. He also got at 200, right?
Yeah, he. I don't even know what the FC record is. You know.
I think it's 200 actually. I may be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, because just solo B was like 375, I think.
Yeah. I want to go over some other accomplishments, being some full album FCs, because there have been quite a few this month. First off, we got still by Rare Savage Jeff, the first ever Rain in Blood album FC, which I was expecting to happen sooner with Darkly's minus. Was it a -1 on it? I don't remember. But around the release of Marathon Hero 2, he played the album chart and he got a very low miscount, but then never played it again. Jeff finally got the FC, which is another one for the Marathon Hero 2 FC list. Then we got the Radical full album FC from Henryman73. Radical being a Every Time I Die album, which is great challenge. I remember Every Time I Die being pretty. I'm trying to speak fast. Don't be Eminem. Every Time I Die is a tough band at some points with strumming control, if I remember correctly. But full album FCs, they're crazy. Then we have Manipulator by Fall of Troy and Palimpsest by Protest the Hero, both FC'd by Joel D77. Both albums being completely nutty. Fall of Troy, everybody knows Fall of Troy. It's just a crazy band.
Yeah.
And Palimpsest being Protest the Hero. We are tapping, strumming. It's a good fit. Then we have Nuno on the list with a Still World full album FC, which, if I'm not wrong, Nuno is in the chat, he could correct me, but I believe that's the first full album FC Nuno ever got, which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
Nuno.
That's crazy.
I'm checking the list if I'm not missing any other full albums. I know some. I think it's Matref who got the first ever Catch 33 FC, which is a Meshuggah album. So weird pattern with strumming patterns again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got quite a lot of full album FCs. That was last month, Catch 33. I remember being listed for this month. My bad. But it still happened. So
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
With the whole list like it is, it's hard to keep track. And this is my first time be kind to me, chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this month was had a lot of full album FCs, and so far I don't know what could happen next on that territory. But how many was that? Like 5 or 6 full albums?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
It's really cool to see people dip into the consistency skill set, on a broader scale, because it is a really fun thing to do over time.
Actually,
Oh,
And we're
it
back.
seems like we're back.
Technical issues. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, technical issues.
It wouldn't be a Clone Hero event without one.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey.
what was I saying before it crashed?
Uh,
Yeah. So back on the topic of like long songs.
Mhm.
Like on the plate side, you have Supernovae, Megalodon, Constellation. Sorry, Frif.
Yeah.
You know, these songs not only require a lot of focus, but also learning patterns. But they're quite short compared to full albums, and that
Yeah.
territory requires so much more focus.
Mm-hmm.
It's very underestimated. It's like how storying was an underestimated skill for a while, and now it got brought back in front of the scene, which is cool.
Mhm.
But I feel like people should dive more into consistency FCs, like full albums or even full discographies. Who knows?
Yeah, it's a lot less physically intensive on you to actually do, but it also feels weird because the longer something is, like if an album is 40 minutes or 60 minutes, even the slowest notes are going to feel stressful. So every
Yeah.
single thing has to be taken into account for focus and making sure your combo doesn't break the whole way.
Even for 20 minutes long songs, it's already hard enough. So like multiply that length by 3.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like,
Stressful.
you know, when you're on an FC and you feel the nerves, and when slow stuff feels, you know, scary. Imagine doing that for like 20 minutes.
Ooh.
You know, that's
You'll just have to hope your brain doesn't get ADHD like mid song. It just gets distracted.
exactly.
Yeah.
And like Gamo is saying in the chat, Saint Anger full album FC is the most underappreciated FC of last year. I agree. Because not only you have to focus for over an hour and 10 minutes, but you also have to hear the goddamn snare for 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Aw. Damn.
I mean,
That just means you have to play Fudrick style. Play with the audio muted all the time.
God.
Damn.
I'll let you speak a bit because I'm losing my breath and I have asthma.
Fair.
Happens.
You got
There,
me?
I want to talk about Alec FCing Empty Beds first ever.
Yeah.
'Cause that chart's pretty messed up.
That chart is pretty gross, yeah. He didn't standard strum it, which is something, but he did it on a 1-1, so I'll give him some brownie points for that, I guess. It's pretty good.
Even still, it's better than like a fake FC.
Oh, absolutely,
Like at least it's
yeah.
a legitimate FC.
That's the second ever Shmooey chart FC, right? With Jared getting Rattlesnakes first. Or did or would never stop before or after this? Because that did happen this month too.
it was after. I'm 99% sure.
Okay, so yeah, that must have been Alec getting the second Shmooey chart FC, which is really funny. And on that, Ian getting the third ever with Would Never Stop You, which is a very, very gross FC.
Ian was killing it this month, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He got Archwick's Hell, didn't he? Or was that
Yeah,
last month?
Archwick's Hell was this month, and that, I have to say, is the best tapping FC of all time. No competition, none whatsoever.
Insane.
It is disgusting. He also got Supernovae Ruptis 125, which is essentially a full solo Supernovae FC on 125 on its own, but throw in extra sliding garbage with the verse 3 in the chart that's kind of structured like Destination a little bit, and you've got just a really, really gross accomplishment. He showed off how well he can teleport with Hyperforms 150, which I believe I did on 135 a long time. No, not a long time. 2019. But he did it on 150. That's new world speed world record, and very disgusting FC in that regard. Just if you watch that, the first 30 seconds are just absolutely gross. He got the first ever Keystone Uber solo tech. Sorry for interrupting you there.
It's fun.
That I'm not really too familiar with the chart, but I know it uses like the 4-finger Nados method that I have absolutely no clue how it works.
I think him being like young and small. I think like him teleporting so fast is because like he's so light. Like he can just teleport. Like,
There's less
He can just
distance to
launch his
travel.
arm.
yeah.
That's funny.
God.
Then there's the elephant in the room, him FCing Sola 6 potentially 7 times this month.
Oh god.
Just stupid amount of times.
How do you do that
I
and
don't
not
know.
call yourself a crackhead? How do you do that and not be on crack? I do not understand. One FC of Soulless 6 is already cracked enough.
Oh, for sure.
A second one is even worse, but getting it twice in a row, that is... I'm leaving the room.
Yeah, we then find out Ian's been abusing his ADHD medication.
Damn.
And, speaking of Soulless 6, should we mention the third ever FC?
Oh, yeah,
Tenno?
absolutely.
Oh, by Tenno's, yeah.
Yeah, Tenno's
And that was
been
his
like
first
so
FC.
long.
Yeah, that's Tenno's first FC, which is really the wildest thing I could have ever seen this year so far.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I made a grade system, which I believe I forgot to mention earlier. If you didn't see the video on that, essentially difficulty ratings for accomplishments. It's not perfect, but it's something. Soulless 6 is a grade 15, which is like just one grade below the hardest shit our community is capable of right now. And this guy just shows up, says, I'm gonna grind Soulless 6 as soon as he installs Clone Hero, and spends 7 months doing it and does it. How does that happen?
You want to know something else I'd like to mention? This is public information. Tenno is 13 years old.
Oh my gosh.
What is up with these toddlers? What is in this school milk?
Yeah, what did they put in the milk, man?
It's crazy, fuck.
That is insane. For sure.
Oh, it's...
I thought I was a toddler, but
I
Yeah.
know.
You were
we
the
thought
original.
Dude, we thought Borealis was cracked back when he got Minds of the Mad, but Tenno is on another whole level of crack. I want his provider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit me up with that.
Who's his pharmacist? Like, let's be real. I don't like. Yeah, these so many fucking tapping toddlers are just annihilating Clone Hero. Like, I'm the boomer over here who's been like here since like 2013.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind that a 13-year-old can FC Solo 6. Like, what world are we living in?
Right? Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
when
don't
I'm-
undersell yourself. You've gotten some pretty disgusting accomplishments this month.
Well, yeah, but I'm like 21.
Dude, when I was 13, I was watching videos of Soulless 6 and I was like, yeah, these are fake.
Yeah.
2022, we see at least 5 FCs of Soulless 6, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think.
And most of them done by the same person. Oh god.
We didn't even get to see Ian's perspective on the double. I think he was just trying to co-op FC it with Tenno, which is just imagine a world where that happened. Like a co-op Soulless 6 FC. Like that would be horrible. I don't want to live in that world.
Oh, speaking of Ian in Soulless 6, I believe he's working on a non-spam method for it.
Oh yeah, the transition into Trilled he hit with skip tapping.
Yeah,
That was really gross.
that's fucked up.
You just reminded me, speaking of co-op, that WWE CH tournament thing just happened this
Oh
month, didn't
yeah.
it?
Oh, well, it didn't start this month, but we've had a few additions to it with the WCHF. We're starting to delve into a bit more storyline stuff, and we've gotten Ian as the champion. So not only is he like the real tapping goat, the fucker's the champion in storyline.
I just have the image of like someone that's 20-ish years old body slamming a 13 years old.
That's awesome.
Oh. Jesus.
A little,
It's interesting that you have like a storyline going in with that.
yeah.
It's interesting.
We're trying our best. We've got a little bit of a stagnation because it's just a weird thing to try to do. To try to, like, add storylines to people playing button game. But, you know, we're doing our best.
We're trying.
So Nuno's
for
message in
fun.
the chat.
And here comes Ian with the chair!
You know, actually, Soldier Boy just reminded me, Memoria has been getting some crazy FCs this month.
Oh yeah.
He got Universes.
Ooh.
And he also got Resurrection, and I think this month he also got DNA.
Oh yeah.
So
Memoria's crazy.
He's been ramming through a lot of the old school customs, which I love to see.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that it like how because I remember him back in like 2015 when he was like
Whenever
like
I was worse than him.
yeah, and like he's progressed like so far. It's inspiring, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool to see people re-pick up the game after this long of a time too.
Yeah, and he's such a homie. I love him, man.
Hey, speaking of someone picking up the game again, shall we mention the comeback of Send It?
Oh yeah,
Because
absolutely.
if you guys haven't seen it yet, Send It came back with first a montage, which we'll mention again later.
Oh yeah.
And he came back with a Mauvais Garçon 250% speed FC, Cry Thunder 200% speed FC, and Eternity Solo Medley FC, which is a really fucked up solo medley. And just like this, he just does it. But what really catches my eye is Mauvais Garçon 250. That is messed up.
And
That's
even,
a messed up FC.
That's how you pronounce Malvius Garkin.
And even like with Send It coming back, right? Also Sinister is coming back as well. Like he posted a montage as well. Yeah, it's great. It's a really good month for CH.
Absolutely.
This month.
There's another person that somewhat came back, but he's kind of been back. He's come back a good 4 or 5 times with Toby GH3. The Tech FC of Hydra that he uploaded just yesterday, the last day of the month, is so disgusting. It's something that I sight readed yesterday and was only able to FC like 1 out of 40 sections. It is not an okay chart. It is a very disgusting video.
Even for being like such an old school player, he still dominates the game.
Oh,
that's how like out of the water Tove is as a player.
Mm-hmm. And it would be hard to mention all of these returns without talking about why they happened in the first place, because if I remember correctly, the Carl Jobst video that came up about the Shmooey situation was uploaded on February 1st. So, yeah, that 2.9, I believe, million view video about our community, very great video, has definitely sparked a big resurgence of people coming back to the community. Now we just need Gamerman and Megaping, and we've got everyone.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
I remember G Gamerman doing a comeback like in 2019, and then he just dipped again.
Well, he was like playing or live streaming like scoring songs. With GH3.
He goes live at like 4 a.m. like my time. I can't ever catch him. It's so unfair.
You just gotta tell Megapeng to put down the stethoscope and pick up the plastic guitar.
Yeah.
Forget your life ambitions. Come on, FC some GH stuff already.
Hey, I mean, with all the medical studies he did, he can break a guitar neck safely.
Yeah.
Could surgically put it back together too.
With a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Peng's still around. Like, even though he doesn't really play, I see him like in comment sections sometimes.
Yeah, I saw him in my Twitch
looking.
chat like a good week or so ago. I don't remember what I was playing, but it was cool to see him.
Yeah, Peng's still around sometimes, but he's kind of like a ghost. You see him once in a month, and that's it.
Yep.
I would like to mention King Bryce 98 or Bryce or King Bryce the Third or whatever the hell he goes by now. He got Hourglass Part 2 on bass, which is a chord nightmare, and it has a lot of teleporting, and it's a really hard chart. And he got Fury of the Storm and Revolution Death Squad on Rock Band 3, which are accomplishments that are probably going to go under the radar. Insanely hard stuff, and Bryce is one of the most underrated best players ever. Y'all should check him out.
That is crazy.
Speaking of something that will go under the radar, Blackett with, he FC'd the Jam, like Paul Gilbert, which is cool. He FC'd the Adagio discography solo medley, which is 40 minutes of random key sweeps and guitar sweeps and all the bullshit like this. And this FC is gonna be super underrated for a long time, I feel. And that was another Marathon Hero 2 chart that got taken down as well.
Oh yeah, how many are left in that? Do you know?
I can check just now.
All right, that's one of those set lists that the community is working on gradually killing.
Yeah.
I believe one of the ones that everyone's trying to kill right now is 4000 AD, which,
Yeah.
if I've heard from Lilith correctly, there is no reason it shouldn't have already been done.
I think the only thing from 4080 that doesn't make it happen yet is because of the blue trail just before I think it's a solo or a chorus, but there's just a really fast blue trail that's happening and it's just like way too fast.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there are 14 songs left on Marathon Hero 2.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
14.
I could mention like the ones that will be most likely to happen,
All right, sure.
which could be 4080, Aerion Best of Solo Medley, Chronicles of Lich King, Dark Tower full album, which is the last full album of the setlist that needs to be done. I can see Destroyer X-Ray happen. Megalodon, the half the cover, which is currently being grinded by Triss, who,
Ooh.
by the way, got a Guitars Still Suck 150 FC this month,
That's
which
cool.
is pretty nasty. There's also what else could be done. Oh yeah, the last long shot of the setlist, Tale of ISO Subject 5 by Vector, which is really bad. I mean, obviously
Understandably,
the longest NFC chart of Marathon Hero 2 is Forever Saga, but we admitted that it doesn't count to the FC tracker.
Yeah,
You're
it
welcome.
shouldn't. Goodness.
You're welcome. You can thank me for that.
Speaking of community FCs, Onigiri Freeway got Community Tech FC'd on keyboard.
Oh. How does that even work?
Yeah, how do you do
I
that?
don't like keyboard players are like really pushing the limits for like what's possible on keyboard.
Yeah,
Like
for
it's
sure.
insane of how like it's like it's a whole different skill set, I'd say. But even still, it's insane that like some of like the FCs that are being pulled off on keyboard, it's like it's inhuman, honestly.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it is messed up.
Something a little more underrated and coming up from a player that's a little unknown is the first ever FC of Victory Solo J Hard by Alex. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with that chart, but it was so popular whenever it first came out. Like, there was a good 400 tech FCs of the hard chart from a bunch of random 7-year-olds in Jared's community. And I guess the reigning 7-year-old was Alex, finally got the full song FC, which that's really
Damn.
cool.
yep, and he's in the chat too. Hi, Alex.
Oh, hey, Alex. Good to see you.
Oh yeah.
What's up, bro?
That's cool. We also have a gigantic Tech FC being completed by Yuri in the Olympian Hard, which he did in the form of the full chart, which has the sections separated in gigantic chunks, because I tried to make sure there was less than 100 sections so it could still be loaded on GH3. So that's a really close to like full song Tech FC style by Yuri in the Olympian, which is a 1 hour 30-minute just ridiculous tapping gauntlet. Very worth the time if y'all want to check that at some point.
I played it once and I wanted to die.
Speaking of Tech FCs, Lean Tech FC's chart Activist World War III, which is really crazy with how much like chord stuff is actually in there.
Yeah.
Lean's actually real like he's honestly like a god at chords.
Yeah, he's just turned Nados into a chord skill set with strums. It's ridiculous. Watching
Like-
those Tech FCs and stuff. He also, like, I've seen a lot of people give him shit for, like, Taylor creating his own charts, but he had to Taylor create his own skill set. I don't think there was much charts in the first place for those styles of patterns.
Everybody should bully Gamo for making his own charts for GH2.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Screw
what's the
you,
point?
Gamo.
Anyone can bully me for making my own charts for CH.
Right?
Like, why would you want to get mad at somebody who hits buttons for fun?
Hey, you know, speaking of a charter who FCs their own chart, TFG85 charted and then instantly FC'd the Consciousness Trilogy by Persephone, which is, if I'm not wrong, roughly 20 or 25 minutes. I can check quickly. It's about over 20 minutes long, and it's Persephone. So
Wow,
some of
yeah.
you may be familiar with the band, but they're just nutty as a band. Pretty techy, strumming, soloing, weird strumming patterns for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
TFG is the goat.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Speaking of long FCs, Randy recently full game FC Guitar 3.
Yeah.
In under 4 hours, by the way.
Yeah, he was using an any percent modifier, so he could play whatever song on whatever speed he wanted that he was comfortable FCing, and he had to do all of them in a row. And that's nuts. I think he did Flames on 115, if you're curious.
Yeah, he did Flames on 115, which is still nuts that he can just be like, you know what? Okay, like 115. Let's just FC.
Let's just do it immediately. Why not? First try.
First try. That's nuts. And I'm seeing someone in the chat being Matrofetontias, and I see in the list an FC from him being Nanny the Fuck by Camellia, if I am not wrong. I saw it somewhere on the list. Yeah, first ever Nanny the Fuck FC by Matref, which is it's a Camellia chart. It is messed up.
Yeah.
So strumming, control, and such, that is. It's Matref. He's an underrated player.
Absolutely.
He grinds some of the weirdest text drum songs, which mostly is Camellia, but does some speed ups as well and such. Underrated player, and he's one of the few players that will be taking part of the CSC Elite League, which should happen later this year.
Fun.
That'll be cool to see, for sure.
That's an interesting skill set to have, is just strum control. Like, just strumming very like weird timing sections is like utterly impressive. But it's like it doesn't garner as much attention because it's just like, you know, it's a niche.
It's definitely my favorite skill set, though. I love charts that make use of it and accomplishments that do too.
Yeah, whenever you hit it, it's just like it feels like so good just to like hit a pattern like that.
Yeah, I remember like picking up some Camellia charts from the UUFO full album that got released recently, and I was sitting in a VC with Matref actually, and I managed to hit a very weird strumming section from the cover of The World Revolving, and I screamed from the whole from both of my lungs so loud. I think he heard it from the mic, but I believe he could hear me from where I lived up to Paris.
You want to talk about a skill set that feels like genetics? Arch got Maddest March Kamikaze at 105% speed. Soldier Boy just also said Arch got VIP Party at 150.
Oh yeah. He did 140 and it's like, you know, that's not really that fast. I'm just gonna try 150. What a guy.
Well, speaking of Maddest March Kamikaze, didn't someone FC it as well? In February?
Mattiazzi did. In like the weirdest way possible. Like I think he Chad raked the entire song.
Honestly, the only right way to play that.
Dude, I will give it, like, that is how you have to do it otherwise. That is...
I would like to mention, like, one of the most underrated FCs. This may have happened in January, but it was uploaded on February 1st, is Van Halen's Solo Medley FC.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. That is pretty gross, yeah.
Another Marathon Hero 2 chart, by the way. That set list is taking a huge kick in the mouth since the beginning of the year, and I'm so happy about it.
That's great. I don't really play those type of long songs that much because I stick with the FL side of the long songs, but I'm really glad that that's been a focus of the community. I hope that sometime soon we get to taking down the remainder of Paradigm, just because there is so much horrible things left. Harsh Poetry, Livewire, Calamity Fortune, to name a few.
I hope Jared gets the motivation to try and Livewire again.
Oh yeah, that was like a really fun grind to watch of Jared's, the whole Livewire thing. Because even if he slid the entire thing, like the song is a jam.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, speaking of Van Halen, I'm gonna do a shameless plug and mention that IFC'd I'm the One.
Yo!
In February, and that is according to other players, the first ever French FC of I'm the One. You're welcome.
Hell yeah, representation.
And that's actually sniping GHX, who he's not currently playing the game anymore, but he used to go for an I'm the One FC for his full series FC, and never got it.
That was his last song too for Full Series FC.
Yeah.
Aw,
It hurts.
That sucks.
It's a series killer. That song sucks.
Oh, absolutely. 22 NPS is no joke with strumming. Alright.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of time, so I want to cover one last individual accomplishment, unless anyone else wants to bring up a thing. And that's what Steven has been doing to GH1 this month.
Yes.
Are you okay?
No, I've been drinking Monster Energy and Vodvance. I'm not okay. Yeah, I've been because originally like I was just gonna see like if Bark at the Moon was possible. Because about like a year ago, I re-FC'd this solo at 125, and I was like, because realistically that's just like the hard section and then like the outro, and then for some odd reason I just got like weirdly consistent and like actually got Bark at the Moon, which was just insane.
Tapping on GH1.
And then and even hard people might be thinking I'm crazy for this, but what's harder than Bark at the Moon was Get Ready to Rock. Because
I don't
you
blame
have
you at all.
you have that intro part, which like is pretty much just RNG at 125. I'd be stuck on like that small section for like 5 or 10 minutes, and like after getting past that, you'd be like, okay, let's see if I can get like past the solo. Which even then is just like you have to strum that fast and be that accurate. You're pretty much just like throwing RNG in a blender at that point. Then you have the outro.
Yeah.
Like you just don't want to miss at all. That's just one of the FCs that I got that I still have no idea how I even just pulled that off. But like after getting that, like I had to say like, all right, let's see if I can get D-Control. Because I knew Abby FC'd 125, with the emulator speed up and with the whole like what makes strumming like that fast possible in GH1 with Scott's speed mod. It speeds up like the track. So you're playing at like the game thinks you're playing at like normal speed, but it's sped up to 125. And it's still what like emulator speed up and then track speed up, it's the same thing.
So does that like shrink the hit window as well? Do you have less time to hit each note?
Yes, it's pretty much like GH2 Deluxe. The hit window is smaller.
Oh wow.
So it's smaller, but it makes like Texas Flood 150 possible. Like
wow.
the strum limit pretty much just doesn't exist if it's within the normal strum limit.
Right.
Which I enjoy. It makes the GH1 a lot more fun. The only unfortunate thing is, if you're trying to import speed up customs, you have to like extract. It's a whole process. It's kind of a pain in the ass.
I bet.
Like
yeah.
GH1 customs in general, pain in the ass to even set up. But after getting D-Control, which took me like 4 hours by the way, which is just to get past one section, sucked. Then I was able to get Fire It Up thanks to Abby's Popo method again. And then literally just before this call, I just got Cowboys from Hell 125.
Yep.
So
Can confirm.
basically, the only hard ones left are like Frankenstein, Symphony of Destruction, You Got Another Thing Coming, and then Cheat on the Church might suck, but even then, like I've got this full game FC in the bag. I'm not really that worried anymore.
That's awesome.
That's insane.
Then, other than GH1, I got Jordan Solo B160, so that's the new speed up record FC.
That's gross.
Twin 125, finally came back from that overstrum I had at the meetup. Bridge 1 125, which was pretty crazy. And that's pretty much covers it for me. And then let's go over some of the other console accomplishments that I wrote down. Alec FC'd an Ariana Grande song, Voxtar on RB2 Deluxe, which is pretty crazy because like just being able to like read like the pitches you have to go and also the guitar of the song just blows my mind with how you can just multitask like that.
It's like close to actually learn. I either the full guitar chart or just knowing how to sing the song.
Yep.
It's a really underlooked kind of playing on Rock Band, and I mean I wish I could see more of that happening because it's pretty dope.
Yeah, and that Ariana Grande song had like highs and like you know how she sings. She sings highs and then lows.
Yeah.
So it's very awkward in like the pitch you have to sing at, and just like having the solo, like having like 2 solos in the middle of the song, absolutely disgusting FC. It makes me happy because somebody else in the server Milo Hacks, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, so I don't know how to credit him, but his name is under the name Austin. FC'd Let's Talk More Rock on GH1, which is on me and Gamma's first ISO. Pretty hard FC for GH1. What other accomplishments? There's a lot more in the RB2 section of things. This guy named Nathan Rizzi, he got Carmelis and Dancing, Lethal Azugna drum remix. That's on Clone Hero. I mean, it's still pretty impressive though. This is Exile on Rock Band 4, on drums. Pretty crazy chart, especially on drums.
Lethal Lasagna.
Yes.
Satch Boogie Full Band FC, on Rock Band 4. And he also got a full game FC on RB4. And his last song was Dream Genie, which it also has a crazy drum chart. So yeah, Nathan's been killing it on Rock Band 4. Like, it's insane how like consistent a lot of these players are.
Anything you want to cover, Misk, before we move on?
I think I said pretty much what I wanted to say earlier, so
Alright,
I guess
cool.
we can move on to
Montages
the
and
list of-
mini-tages. Yeah.
I think one last thing, Nathan Rezi, the guy who's getting all those FCs, is going on tour.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Like an
He's
actual
going on
tour.
He's playing drums for Fan Club Wallet. It's the Penelope Scott tour, so check it out. See if you can go say hi to him or something. Tell him to FC closer or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is really dope. So,
I just love. Oh wait, sorry.
go on.
I just love how like Rock Band drums or just drums in general translates so well into like actual real life drums. So if you want to get good at drums,
Yep.
just play Clone Hero drums
It's
or
pretty
Rock
much
Band
the
drums.
same deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like how I want to call Rock Band drums pretty much the Rocksmith of drums because it's like so close to how you actually play drums. It's basically a learning tool at this point.
So good.
So, montages and mini-tages. We've got quite a few. And the one that we talked about earlier was Sendits, which was his comeback montage, his de-rustage. And I don't know if y'all saw that one all in chat, but oh my gosh, it is absolutely disgusting.
And I love how like when he posted, he's just like, yeah, whatever. It's a montage. It's not very good.
What an asshole.
I guess it's
Yeah.
okay, you know.
Yeah.
What a guy. We also have Sinister coming back with a montage, which awesome. You know, I've been praying for this like so much. I think I FC'd no, I choked Behold the Kingdom of the Wretched Weetars on the final note to try to bring Sinister back as like an incantation spell or something. I don't know if that's what did it. I'm not taking credit, but we got Sinister back, which biggest W of this month, absolutely.
No, he's a player we definitely needed. Like just his consistency and overall like tapping speed, insane. Like any FC's like stuff like that's really intricate too. Like sections that have like loads of teleporting, very awkward patterns.
Yeah.
Like it's stuff you wouldn't normally see. So just seeing like stuff being hit that's that complicated, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah. It's like if Randy was a Section FC player. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Gotta love Send It, dude. Or not, well, you gotta love both of them, Send It and Sinister.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have mixed that up in my brain.
So similar.
Yeah.
uh,
I I see people I know in the list of people who made montages this month.
Oh yeah.
Konje, Half Jew,
Mhm.
Lean,
Yeah.
Trauma, Doink. Yeah, I see a lot of people I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the whole list that I mentioned, but you know.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't
we all know
gotten a
these
chance
people.
to check all of them, but they've definitely made some awesome montages that I've watched in the past, at least on Kanjay and Drama's part.
Yeah,
Trauma's crazy player.
Oh, for sure.
Space is right. A bad account made a montage as well.
Oh yeah. Got what is this Taj called? Let me look it up. Mini Taj, I think, right? YouTube Mini Taj 12. There we go. 12.
I feel like this is a hot take, but I feel like we need to get more creative with like montage names.
Yeah, I mean, I was working on a montage of my own called the Baguettage. It's French,
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good
I like
idea.
it. Does
and
that
I
mean
never
mine's-
finished it.
Does that mean mine's gonna be called Normantage?
The Golf Tash.
Just need to like title like montages like just random shit like
Like what Toby did with We Survived.
yeah or like dolphin on fire montage. Some stupid shit like that.
Yo,
That's a great idea.
Traffic tone montage.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so I see someone on the list that I don't recognize. Dan Phillips has a one-hand mini-tage, a second one. Which, let's see, it's a 1-minute montage. Let me look over this just to see.
Dan Phillips also happens to be the name of my therapist.
Oh! Shout out to Dan Phillips, yo! Okay, this is just a neat montage. Cool. This will be linked in the recap video that everyone edits, or rather, Danny edits in like 7 days or so.
Nuno mentioned something about Dan Phillips. Dan Phillips is a player, FKA GH Warriors of Rock player who recently came back.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good
Awesome.
context. So-
Another comeback, let's go!
Yep. Shrewy's bringing everyone back, damn it.
Hey, you know, I've been saying this since the video that Carl just posted has been posted. I've been saying thanks Shmooey unironically because everything just like
It's made
popped
so
off.
much better, yeah. Every aspect of the community.
Well, it's like even like when Shmootage 2020 came out, everybody was like, "I'm quitting this game," or like they moved to like Rock Band 4 or like 3 or whatever, and that was a good day for like Milo engines because we got some love over here. But then even then, like after everybody found out Shmooey was fake, everybody was just like, "All right, I'm coming in." It was like.
Yep.
Both situations were good. It was just like, oh, it was weird, honestly.
Very closely mirrors Trackmania's situation with all of those people getting outed. Everyone just wants to get the new thing because all of Shmooey's stuff was fake.
So it's Shmooey's fault I'm grinding Supernovae. Damn you.
Damn it, Shmooey! Cosmically causing problems still.
Who's gonna tell that 9-year-old who watched the Smootage on the Xbox?
Oh no.
Oh, poor Red. Alright, so the last Tages that I don't think we mentioned so far, Doink, there are 2 links here. Did Doink upload 2 montages? Project Minitage 1, Project Minitage 2. Yes, absolutely. Doink uploaded 2 Minitages. That's pretty gross. Nice. And then we've got Matone Jaxie with, what is this Taj here? We just load it because it's not 1 and 2. Is it Mate Taj? Matt 4 Taj. Ah, absolutely. So I guess this is the sequel to Mate Taj, which was, I believe, I could be wrong, the best keyboard one before this montage. But regardless, Matone Jaxie is disgustingly good with keyboard, so this is a probably awesome montage. And Ham tastes good with, what is this one?
I agree, ham does taste pretty good.
Yeah, Some Clips 5. Very awesome name for Minitage, of course.
I like it better than
That's my
Matt
favorite
Damon.
name.
Yeah, that's way better than just Minitage, I gotta say.
I just cannot wait to see Sended post a new montage and just call it whatever Taj.
That would be great.
So modest. If we're gonna talk about some of the set lists that came out, I did want to mention
Yep, that is next.
a recent one. Plataris Anonymous, the chart, Gamo, Nuno, a bunch of other charters that I can't think off the top of my head, just recently came out with some DLC.
Yeah.
Near the end of the month, so I would definitely check that out if you're looking for some interesting chart content to play.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of chart releases, me being CSC myself, we've got 2 packs
CSC.
from CSC. Yeah, I mean it's a running joke that I am the whole of CSC and every other charters are just connected to the hive mind.
I can't believe you're responsible for my washing machine.
Oh god damn it! But yeah, it's a running joke. We'll cover that someday. I don't know, but we got 2 packs released in CSC. The first one being the monthly pack, which was Video Game 3. Go download it. It's full of video game songs or video game rated songs.
Cool.
We got soundtracks. I don't even remember what's on the pack, and I worked on it.
I hope there's Undertale.
There's not Undertale, but there is the other game.
Deltarune?
Called. Yes.
Okay.
There's a
That's
there's a
respectable.
full Rishad EB EP. That's hard to say. Rishad EB EP. Of the. I forgot the name of the game again.
The
Deltarune.
Yeah.
Deltarune. Cover soundtrack,
Cool.
which is cool. I contributed to it.
Nice.
And another set list from CSC that got released is Max Altitude, which was organized by Torx.
Okay.
It's a set list based around alternative rock, math rock, other genres like this. It's
Okay.
really diverse, and I've seen a lot of people praising this set list so far, and this is one of the few I haven't contributed to myself, and I still have yet to check it out. But what I've seen so far from it is really good, and there is a something that they did in the pack which I really like is artist spotlight, where they dedicate a tier with like 3, 4, 5 songs from one single artist. So you have one for Osric Tentacles, you have one for Guthrie Govan.
Okay.
The
a cool
band
way
that
of
did
doing it.
Otoshime. Yeah, it's a really cool concept. I liked it. I might just use it for Black Hole, you know. But yeah, that's a really cool concept, and y'all just should download it. It's pretty fun. It has some hot songs. Oh yeah, Polka Dot Stingray. Thank you, Stickheads.
Speaking of
that was the band I was
Stickheads, I believe they just mentioned they did a full playthrough of the Max Altitude set list in one sitting, which took 10 hours.
Yeah,
So
I was
crazy.
working in that stream, and I don't know. Stickheads is like that one person that will do something and dedicate themselves to it until it's done,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's really funny. I like the mentality here. Like the dude has been working on the Buried Alive discography medley, and he's non-stop working on the audio file every day. The dude is dedicated.
Absolutely. Yep.
Other chart releases for this month would be the WCC monthly pack, which is
Ooh.
Girl Power. I assume it's. I'm not in WCC, so I would assume it's a pack with only female-fronted bands or just
Probably.
female artists.
That's what it seems like.
It's actually the theme of the next CSC monthly pack
Oh.
for March, which is pretty funny.
That's funny, yeah.
But yeah, that's another pack you guys should check it out. And the last one, which I mentioned earlier, which being the UUFO full album by Camellia that was released on Matt Riff's channel.
Yeah. I
Album
love
charted
this set
by.
list.
It's a really good album and really fun to play. I never played Camellia charts before, and this is a good introduction to it. There is a lot of diverse stuff, strum control, tapping. It's pretty good. It's a whole gauntlet,
Yeah.
and it's worth checking out. The album was started by Matref, Atomic, Darkwolf, Holdor, Xeratech, I believe, as well.
The original
Many
purpose
people from
was,
the community.
for this like site read tournament that Matrif put
Yep.
together as well. So if you watch that, those are the charts that we were playing, and they're now available to the public.
And you know, that's from that site read tournament. What I've noticed is that more casual players would go back to these charts and play them. Like last night, I was watching Jason Paradise, and he was playing Camellia charts, which is
Oh,
the
wow.
the wildest thing I would have ever witnessed. Jason playing songs that are way above his skills, just
Yeah.
to either have fun, have some memories of the tournament, or just get better. I don't know what was the purpose because I joined in the middle of it, but that's a cool thing to from that Sacred tournament to have introduced more casual players to these kind of charts because it just shows the good side of it instead of just the casual stereotype. Ooh, soulless. Ooh, exiled. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
There's other stuff made by other people that's really enjoyable.
Jason Paradise is really, really good at keeping a casual play stream. He's really good at sight reading too.
Oh,
like
really?
I noticed
Yeah.
he like knows how to like sight read
Okay.
like crazy.
I will say this: Jason is the best sight reader of the whole CH community. Deadass. Period.
Relative to his skills level, absolutely.
Yeah, relative to his skill level, he's the best sight reader in the community. Like, he was playing Max Altitude actually, and he sight read FC'd one of the hardest songs on the set list, like if it was nothing.
Jeez.
And he said it himself. If he would go back play the song, he would not be able to hit whatever he just did.
Yeah, the first run luck is just too good. The only person I could think of that comes close relatively is Randy, because he just plays new stuff all the time. But that's his whole shtick. Like, Jason just plays the game for fun.
Yeah, you gotta love his personality. Even if you're not there for the gameplay, he just knows how to make your day look just that
for
much
sure.
better.
Yeah, you never leave
I
his
love
stream
it.
without smiling.
Yeah.
Love his laugh. It's so
And,
contagious.
And I appreciate that he's giving a larger voice to the whole ADHD stuff.
Oh yeah.
Since he ever got diagnosed with it. It's a really good light to give to the CH community because I've seen a lot of people actually look up infos about that, and
Oh yeah.
you know, it just feels good to see people understanding more that topic, which is still like really not talked about that much. I feel.
It's funny you bring that up because like I believe Jason doing that was what made me look into ADHD more and realize that I also actually have autism. So, it was a little funny cosmic thing that ended up happening. It was neat.
It's like anybody who's like had ADHD their whole lives, it's they know it's like a whole ass struggle. Like just daily life without having like ways to cope with it. Living hell.
Yep.
It feels like the whole CH community has some form of ADHD at this point. I haven't seen. I don't want to assume things, but I haven't seen anyone from the CH community saying that they don't have ADHD at all. I don't know if it's just me not going outside of my cave, but I haven't seen someone.
Yeah, or
not
some
meant-
form of neurodivergency. Yeah, like it could be something else.
To be fair,
I
we
believe
all
it
get
makes sense too because like whenever you have the capability of being able to hyper focus, it makes playing Clone Hero much less of a mental game and more of a just enjoyable thing that you do to get better.
Yeah, and people saying that they don't have anything, you may just not know, and it's maybe just
That is true.
a smaller form of it, but it could still be there. It's not to be what's the term, underlooked.
Right. I thought that I was like a neurotypical kid because my family's weird and thought that I was too. So I had no reference point. I just thought that this is normal, but no, it's not. Not at all.
Yeah, it's like it's funny you say like most people who play this game are usually like either autistic or have ADHD because I mean like it's a game where we hit color buttons. So we get excited over the clicky sounds.
Damn it! Yeah, I guess.
We're just playing on more advanced fidget spinners. Let's be real.
No, I think pretty much everyone in the community spends like 75% of their day tapping their fingers along to a chart, something like that.
I can't help it, man.
You're just like tapping your fingers. You're just like doing quads on your table.
Yeah.
We talk about like how to slide from like this for like an hour. I remember at like the meetup we were like Jared was like talking to like Shmooey or like Ghost like on like proper ways of like doing slide methods. It was just like who the fuck talks about this shit?
Your hand motion right here reminds me of Tomato's "What the fuck" Squeak video.
That's such a great meme. I love referencing that whenever I can. Shit. I had a thought, but it ran out of my head.
ADHD.
Yeah. Well,
What-
I believe that's all of the like setlist and pack releases.
Yep.
We didn't
What-
do a great job of looking through and like actually documenting all of the actual artist stuff for the FL side of things because we just didn't have a lot of time, and I'm sorry about that. We will definitely do a better job next time. But like off memory, I know that TSMB2 came back and has released a couple customs. I know that Black Pond just released a 15-minute custom by the name of Colossus. Arcane has been doing some good dubstep work. Matt Money released a different custom that's like dubsteppy, but that's all that comes to mind. There's been some cool work in the FL side. I don't want to understate it. It's just I don't have the information.
Yeah, the amount of accomplishments, it was hard to cover like everything because there was like so much. I mean, we can definitely just link the doc for this month for people to look themselves.
Potentially.
Fair
I'll hold off on that until I talk with the rest of the crew, though.
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Although, there is one final thing that we can talk
boy.
about before
Oh,
we
boy.
end up hitting off here,
Oh,
and that is Twitter. You know, that fantastic fucking website.
Hey, you know that's a weird way to pronounce the word drama.
Yeah, I mean, it is interchangeable, you know? There's been some happenings over here, and the main big one, which I'll cover shortly because I don't want to like dwell too long on this thought, was the whole Moosey Sky thing. They ended up having a server where they get a lot of people from the community that like ended up getting kicked out of other parts of the community and like use their vindication to justify harassing people. And they did that to myself, Randy, Aaron, a bunch of random people, anyone they could on alt accounts just over the course of months in small amounts so that, you know, no one ever wanted to actually do anything about them, but just enough so that they were annoying. So I ended up going after and trying to put a stop to that, and that was the big drama, which was why I was playing awfully and really stressed out throughout the middle of February.
Yeah,
To be
it's
fair,
not a
that's
fun
an
situation.
That's an
Yeah.
understandable reaction when you have to deal with someone that has been harassing you for years now.
Oh yeah, ever since December of 2018. It's just ridiculous.
And especially when you had a good relationship before that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it didn't start off great. And I definitely know that the whole relationship that is absolutely the most toxic thing I've ever been a part of, so I don't even want to think that it was good times to begin with.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Small parenthesis on the topic. Someone is mentioning Glacial Storm 5 got released this month.
Oh yes, I forgot
yeah.
about that. That was another development in the FL scene, which was by Spunky.
Yeah.
Sounds
End of the
amazing, by the way.
parenthesis.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this whole drama was so. I mean, anytime I hear that one of their username, I
Yeah.
just like roll my ass out to do two loops inside my head.
Yep.
And just be like, oh, it's another case of that person. Let's see what's going on. And
Lovely. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not trying to do make it sound less bad, but what I'm trying to say is like, I'm just tired of seeing them around.
Yeah.
Like every time it's the same thing they do, and they still are around, and I'm just like, come on, can you just like just remove that?
Right. Well, the good news is, from the sources I've heard, they ended up deleting their Discord server that everybody was in. So the few people that were trapped there by association who were scared of consequences don't have to deal with that. And they ended up deleting and blacklisting Twitter from their browser. Which, do I believe? Absolutely not. But if
Yeah,
that's
no.
the case, you know, good, you know, great.
Yeah.
there's a chapter of our lives closed.
I mean, closed. It has the big card to be continued appearing on my ad
Right.
because we're still unsure of what's gonna happen, and
Find out next time. on
just like
Dragon
you,
Ball
I'm
Z.
just like, it's what's being said against what will happen.
Right. That's all it's always been, so I don't blame you. I'm very apprehensive too. But more on Twitter, because I don't want to just cover drama with this entire section. I ended up posting a tweet saying, like, I'm hosting the podcast with Misk and Stee. Give us questions. What do you want us to talk about, right? And I got a few topics here that could be interesting. one by Spankly here, is what our opinion is on the use of interesting patterns in custom songs. So the idea that songs need to have a replay value and stuff to have any sort of like ground in the community. So the exact wording, something that's really interesting to me is opinions on the use of interesting patterns in custom songs solely to create an interesting playing experience. That is, do you excuse songs that use sweeps or fast patterns in a way that sounds bad, like Destruction Armageddon or Dark Caves of Lolno, because they create an interesting chart despite the fact that customs exist that use those patterns in a way that assist the song, like Prevail or Alex Jones. Or going even further, what do you consider to be a good custom? Is it a song that works well as a backing track to the chart, like Solus 5 or Megalodon, or a song that stands out as being a good song itself, like Penger?
If I can add in on this, I think and that's the cool thing about charting because it's super subjective.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy the way that Plastaris Anonymous Hero charts, the ones that Gamma usually charts, because he likes to overchart a lot of stuff. But he usually charts in a way that's very fun and casual.
Yeah.
If you're a top player. Like the patterns don't feel awkward to hit. They feel very natural. Like you're just kind of like flying across the fretboard.
Yeah.
And even when Gamma has to chart stuff for GH2, his Logic Gatekeeper chart that he charted for me was extremely fun to grind. And all those patterns are very loose. And just fun to play. So I think in terms of like how good a chart usually is, it shouldn't hurt to play. And complex patterns are a mixed bag with people. Some people don't like to learn very complicated patterns, but some people like to break down sections and actually take the time to find methods for stuff. And that's just there's different ways to enjoy the game. That's really all it comes down to.
For sure.
I think for me, I personally don't really like listening to FL songs. That's just me. I think it's totally cool if you do.
I don't blame you at all.
But so in my eyes, for FL songs like that, all I care about is that it's fun to play. Just a lot of variety, and because if I'm gonna like play songs that I enjoy listening to, I'm gonna play drums because it's way more fun.
Yeah, that's fair. Uh-oh.
There goes his internet, probably.
Well, that kind of messes up the entire scene.
Oh, there we go.
We're good. Welcome back.
That was the thing that just happened.
Gotta love internet problems.
We're so close, too.
We were right at the end. So, what do you think, Misk? What makes a good custom song?
I mean, we're talking about custom song as in FL customs, right?
And like the value of chart versus audio.
Well, that's a topic that still is being answered to me in a way because I'm not playing these kind of charts much. Like currently, my main grind is Solus 3, which is the most basic FL FC to go for right now.
Yeah, it's still really hard. To be fair.
Yeah, since I got my Flames FC, my goal is Solus 3 right now. And, well, to be fair, I'm the kind of person that likes a good balance of both. When a song is fun to play and also good to listen to, because, Flames, the chart is fun, the song is bad, so I was having a hard time grinding it.
Yeah.
So it was really annoying, but on the other end, Solus 3 Redux is like more enjoyable to listen to than the regular version. Like it's, I'm losing my train of thought.
I love the vocals.
Now.
They're great.
I mean, Redux doesn't have the vocals, thankfully.
No.
Let's not talk about the vocals. Anyway, like I like a good balance of both. Like I've seen customs that sound really good and are fun to play. I mostly play on the charts though, so like when it comes to expert charts, I cannot play those yet.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I wanna get better at the game, and my ultimate goal is to be the #1 French player, which I'm still like 10,000 years away from, but that's something else. But I mostly play on the chart, so when someone does a good on the chart, to an effort custom, like let's say Prevail, for example, with the hard chart.
Yeah.
It's fun, and the song is great. So it's very good.
Yeah.
It's good and it's fun. Same for let's say what's another one that's fun. I'd say that's actually bad. I was gonna say Diplomato on the chart of Solus 4, but Solus 4 is pretty irritating to listen to.
Chasing
because
Comets
of the
and Open
race.
Window have some pretty good hard charts, and they both sound pretty great.
Oh, Stickheads is mentioning a good one, Synth Wars.
Ooh, yes.
And this is my take on it, but Synth Wars, best custom song ever. Because Synth War is so good. I don't know why people are sleeping on the quality of that song.
I can see it. It's great.
Now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You can never go wrong with this
that's a
custom.
That's a parenthesis, but like the live feeling of Synth Wars is what gets to me because it just feels like a real song, but it's an F1 custom.
Yeah.
And it's super fun to play. It's like the perfect match of everything I like from the playing perspective and the music perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Synth Wars is like the pinpoint of what I would say is a great custom song.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as I said at the beginning of what I was saying is I like a good balance of both.
Yeah.
I couldn't grind the original Dark Caves because the audio is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, there's the remake, the remaster.
Yeah.
But if we're sticking to the original versions, Dark Caves is horrendous to listen to, but it's a song I could FC if I practiced.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, a song that sounds great, but I cannot play would be any of the harder Cine customs.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're super hard, but
Right.
the quality of the music is great.
Yeah, I feel that. When it comes to like the chart versus audio, I much prefer whenever a song makes sense for it to be as difficult as it is, you know? I don't want it to have like that Solus 2 feeling where it just feels like the difficulty was shoehorned in at the last second to make it harder than it is. It's gotta like actually feel like it should be that hard. Like Onigiri Freeway is like the upper border of what I like in terms of like difficulty jumps from one solo to everything else, and you can justify that because it's accurate charting, but yeah.
I mean, one custom that does that well that we mentioned earlier is Prevail. Like it peaks near the end of the song, but the difficulty gradually
it's very
goes
shift.
up in the charts.
Yes.
It feels like
It's
a
a hot
level,
take.
for sure.
It's a hot take to have me say this, but Flames GH3 is sort of like that. The charts. Don't get me wrong, the chart sucks, but like it does it right with the difficulty scaling. I mean, like you can feel the end getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Twin Solo and Red Snake and all that just right at the last touch of the song, and it being a 7-minute song in itself is just really bad.
Awful.
So more on this thread here. I've got Ginster reminding me of a few extra songs because I didn't document them that well. Sucky released a new VGH. Let me go find that real quick because that's cool. It's. Did that just say Matt Hardy? No, there's no way. Yeah, Matt Hardy 999 VGH. What?
Yep. Yes. The thing that he
Interesting
did.
title.
Yeah, okay, cool. What's his face? Jeff Hardy's brother. Let's go. Great. Okay, so that's there. And the changing age. I don't know what this means. I assume that means like how customs have like shifted from a tappy meta to a porty and strummy meta, which I believe is kind of happening because of Shmooey being ousted from the community. That might be what's being referred to. Oh no, that's a Ginster song. Thank you, Danny. You're a legend. That's a song by Ginster. Okay, there we go. So yeah, custom songs. Woo. Let's see. We got. What are do's and don'ts for new charters looking to make their first charts? This is by Maddie Ice.
Cut off your sustains. Don't.
Yes,
What do
absolutely.
you call that?
Put a goddamn gap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sustained gap. At least like
Sustained.
16ths.
That is, at least.
Oh yeah, tempo map your goddamn song. Even if it takes you days, tempo map it.
It's really not that bad to tempo map to. All it takes is lining up the drums to the measures.
Yeah.
And as long as you're able to do that with the audio, or even if you can't, you can take the audio, put it into Audacity, change like the frequency with how it's panned or whatever, and see the drums more accurately.
Yeah. Something for the don'ts is if you're going into overcharting territories, and that's something you told me actually, Frif, is if you want to do an overchart, follow the rhythm rather than creating dumb patterns to hit, because it just makes it more fun to hit with the rhythm of the song rather than having chimneys that don't make any sense with the rhythm.
Right, for sure.
And also if you're going into like more casual charting, CSC-esque charting, don't do 4-note chords, or please, if you use 3-note chords and you want to have the funny green orange plus another fret, don't use green red orange, or I will come to your house and tell you you're a bad person.
This is a subjective take, but like maybe don't always put right strumming in songs.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. At least to a degree. Like, unless it's supposed to be a rake strumming song. Like, unless that's the gimmick.
Right, but like I'm talking about like if something sounds slow but you just add like 30 notes per second strumming, like you're just immediately making standard strumming just obsolete at that point, unless you're Ghost Force.
Yeah. What about you, Borealis?
Let's see.
We're on do's and don'ts for new charters.
Understand where to use tap notes and where to use hobos. I'd say.
Yeah.
I think if you're not tapping, then don't use tap notes.
Yeah, that's understandable. Although there are certain instances in which I wish some customs just did it anyway. Because like if you're above the 30 notes per second range, it is a pain to elbow strum back into a combo, you know?
Yeah.
Or even if you're on like a synth solo, it kind of makes more sense with like adding tap notes there.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I don't like seeing tap notes in slower stuff where they don't need to be there. That's just me. I'm kind of weird.
That's fair. So like, how about piano charts?
Piano charts, that's fine, because you're not strumming a piano.
That makes sense, yeah.
I kind of miss the old school piano charting with strums and hobos.
I do too, yeah. Like La Campanella is one of my favorite charts to play.
And this is something that I could mention really quick, is that for a long time the standard charting standards are so objectively bad for forcing charters to do something that is completely subjective. And I've heard about this recently, but if some of you know the setlist Anti-Hero Beach episode, the charters were forced to not use like 3-note chords or extended sustains in some instances, and
that's weird.
That is such a weird thing to ask the charters not to do when it's so subjective, if you want to use those or not.
Yeah, it's all an art style at the end of the day.
So like charting rules, and you know me, and from back when CSC was created, that how we were like be like, oh yeah, standard charting, best thing, follow the rules, guys. And nowadays I'm like, funny reverse extended sustains, man.
Right?
Well, and I think that's like a better way to look at it, because it's like you can play, like, even if you don't know like who charted it, even the style of it, like a certain chart, you can be like, oh, Gamma made that chart, or that's a GHX chart, or like a Joe Emilio chart. You have like the understanding of that, you know. I think that's the cool thing about it. It's like you can just pick it out.
Kind of that in the first 2 seconds of playing a chart if it's a hyperbolium chart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, charting standards have always been a weird topic, because it's either you like the way they're made or you don't like them. Yeah. And I mean, I've been trying
area too in there where people just don't know what the current charting standards are.
Yeah, and like the standards constantly being updated, quote unquote, just don't make it easier. That's why I'm trying to like slowly go away from those and just do things the way I like them. And whenever like I would do some quality approval for set lists and packs, if I see something like, let's say, a Mint chart that has let's say a fretted sustain, and beneath it there will be hobo open notes, and as long as it makes sense with the song, I'm like, that works for me.
Yep.
And I just let it pass. When back in 2019, 2018, 2019, someone would see that and they would be fired from the group. And
Yep.
you know,
that would be
think
a big
that
paragraph as to why you did not get accepted for the charter role.
And I just really like this progression of the charting mentality overall.
For sure.
And this
Me
is
too.
what I'm trying to reach with the set list that I organize at the moment. Which, hey guys, it has Frif on it,
Yo.
and I still wait shots from you, buddy.
Yeah. I still need to make them. I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, like just like having the community be having a central hub for the community to do like whatever you want is what I wish for. So you know, there can still be subgroups like CSC, like chartists, like WCC,
Right.
but everyone do whatever they want. If they want to contribute all together into one place, why not?
Right.
It's
It would be
that's-
better overall, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what I really want. The subgroups are just like for people who want to hang out with each other or
Right.
do packs all together, organize within the subgroup and just distribute them. That's more how
Like
I
third
see.
party.
Yeah, like third party. That's more how I see groups like CSC, WCC, all that. Just people doing things together and having their own circle, and it doesn't hurt to go into other circles because it's another kind of charting territory. I guess I can say that.
And I mean, that's just the whole thing of like the community. Like there will always be like circles. You just want to like, you know, it's a game where we're just trying to have fun. Like you never want to take it too seriously. Like we're all just trying to bond over something we all enjoy. So at the end of the day, just do what you think feels right. And you know, if somebody tries to give you shit for it, they're taking the game too seriously.
Yeah. For sure.
At the end of the day, if you want to spam quint chords of your favorite song, nobody is going to stop you.
Yeah.
Except
Unless
Daniel
it's a
Jackson.
run.
Yeah, Daniel Jackson will stop you.
Well, I haven't seen him around at all.
I did actually. 'Cause I went
Oh,
to
God.
his most recent video and commented on it, like out of like I don't know tradition. And he replied like, "I'm not stopping my anti-spamming mentality." And I'm like, "But you haven't uploaded in 11 months." And he's like, "That does not mean I intend to stay gone forever." So we may be having a Texture of Couch reunion sometime soon.
Yo, Texture of Couch mini Taj, let's go.
You know, I mean, to be fair, they weren't an awful community member. They just took their opinions a little too far. That was the only thing. Because, like, to be fair, I will be 100% honest with you. Texture of Couch was right. People spam too much. Like, he just said it wrong. And he was too mean about it. That was what everyone had issues with.
He was taking the matter way too seriously for just a game where we press buttons on a plastic guitar.
Yeah, like, it's a fake controller already. Like, come on, you can only care so much.
Like, dude, I can just take my guitar right now and just do this, and I will summon him to my house with, like, pitchfork.
From the guy who plays engines that can't really ghost or spam, I do not give a shit on who spams on this game.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, same here. As like someone who's going for Hourglass, like the hardest song on Rock Bands, like I see Jared playing Supernovae, and it's just funny, honestly.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't even offend me in the slightest. It's just hilarious to see like simple ladders and people going all crazy.
Yeah.
If you ever want to laugh, watch a Carney Jared video on two times speed. I think like the funniest one is probably like the million note streak of him just doing this for like an hour, just watching it on 2 times speed. He's like,
That's awesome.
it's so funny.
There's one thing that isn't really something we can really talk about, but more of a shout out, because I'm sure a lot of people in the chat liked the Ultimate Strumming Pack V2. Anne is organizing the Ultimate Strumming Pack V3, this time not including Shmooey, which has a bunch of exclusive charts this time, so it's not just compilations of other existing charts. So keep an eye out for that. It's not released yet, but it is in the works currently.
Ooh, I'm gonna reach out to Anne to see if I can submit some stuff for it. That could be cool.
Ooh, alright, that would be neat, yeah. Then there's Orion Lin, who wants our opinion on fast players who can't really explain how they got their speed. It's like, what are the thoughts on some fast players when you ask them how they got that fast, and they say, like, I just play Clone Hero, just play fast stuff, instead of explaining their technique. I don't know if y'all have an opinion on this, but I wanted to address it, because it is very, very, very hard to explain what Muscle Group 14 is doing over here overnight. You know what I mean? We aren't robots, so it's, unless you're like a teacher or like extremely in tune with your body, chances are it's going to be really hard to explain something outside of just saying what you did beat by beat. So don't give people too much shit. I know that most of these players have gotten faster over time, and I've watched them. It's just like, from an outside perspective, I can see how that is a little bit weird. Like, take it from me, I did not gain speed for 6 years playing this video game, and it wasn't from lack of trying. It was because I was pushing my arms too hard. Once you relax and start using your wrist, you start seeing improvement, but I didn't realize that because I was just so brute forced. Like, why is Archwick faster than me? You know?
Well, it's something like you really have to analyze how you play, because like there are a few things that I noticed that I was doing like with my speed. Like when I usually played without like cut frets, because I had no idea that people would cut their silicone to make the buttons press easier. I thought you always had to like tap to break them in.
Right.
But like, as soon as Pixel cut my frets and I was able to like just lightly press them, I was able to like really speed up my tapping.
Oh yeah.
So even just like a really like having a good guitar really makes the difference. And even like you know, not going like high on the notes, you're just like very close to it.
Yeah, like reducing the travel distance and stuff.
Yeah, and speaking of travel distance, like I can also test of like that having a good guitar makes a difference, because I have a mech fret guitar.
Oh yeah, it's a night and day. I love those type.
It is honestly, if you ever play on a mech fret once and you go back to modded silicone, you will feel the difference.
Yeah,
and mech frets are so much better. And this is still like an old model of the printed frets, because this is a pretty 3D printed to match the switches inside. But new models of the frets are more rounded on the side, which makes just like casual fretting much easier and way better, and for Jared, sliding much faster. But yeah, having a good guitar, it lets you improve on your speed, because in case of mech switches, it makes the travel distance so less huge. I mean, if the guitar is well manufactured, because I had a mech fret before that had the frets like popping at like a very high height, and if I would press it, the fret would go like half into the neck. That was really bad. But if it's well done, mech frets are just the way to go if you want to play fast, but you don't have actual speed, because it will make you feel less tired playing on a mech fret than on a silicone guitar, because it's less hard to press. So you can just go slightly faster, and you know, it's hardware based.
Yeah, it also provides a little bit more tactile feedback whenever you play on a mech fret. So stuff like chord sliding and stuff like fretting for sweeps is way more smooth. So it not only like is a lot easier on your hands to do, it just feels so much more fun. I don't know how to explain it.
It's hard to explain the way like how you feel when you play with a good guitar, and like it's just hard to explain. And the whole I just play fast stuff and that's it, to explain how you play the game, really is how the English is hard, man. What time is it? Is it midnight yet? It is gonna be midnight soon. I'm tired. speaking is difficult, but it's just hard to explain how you get better at the game when all you do is just play up to your limits and just break those.
Yeah.
That's all you can say. I play fast stuff.
It's good to try and diversify a little bit.
Yeah. I definitely find if I plateau in one skill for too long, if I just go and try something else, I'll stop that plateau from happening.
I will say, if you're playing Clone Hero, you want to get fast, you're Mr. Greg Murphy, you have $1 million, drums. Easiest way to get faster.
I could believe that for sure. 100%.
Like, playing like metal stuff, blast beats on drums, easiest way to get faster on Clone Hero.
Alright. So, one last thing that I see from this thread that's worth mentioning is the Hodor Pickle Cup tournament. Which Hodor and Moose Pickle Nick is running, I believe, sometime soon, right?
It's actually running now. It's okay. So I can give some infos about it because I'm a part of the HPC.
Okay.
It's like a competition, like the CSC Open tournament. Everyone can enter it.
Okay.
Submit the score to a qualifier chart, and then they're placed into 3 different leagues: beginner, intermediate, and pro.
Okay.
And at the moment, the beginner part of the tournament has ended, and it's currently going through the intermediate one. And soon there will be the pro cup beginning. And in the pro cup, you have players like GMS, Maki, Triss, me.
Ooh.
So it's a really neat competition. It's not well advertised. I feel like not everyone knows about the HPC, except people playing HPC and saw some others playing in the CSC tournament that heard quickly here and there about the HPC. It's a good competition. It's chill, and it's open for anyone. Right now, the qualifiers had ended since we're like halfway through the tournament, but I believe it's a yearly thing pretty much. So next year there's gonna be a actually. Should we do this year? I don't remember. I think at the end of this year there will be another qualifier for people to enter, and literally anyone can enter, because it's separated in 3 different kind of skill levels. So you know, if you're not a crazy good player and you can, like, let's say FC closer, you could enter like the cup and be in the beginner section of the tournament, and you could. That's another thing. You can go from beginner to intermediate to pro, because the winners of the lower end of the tournament go into the higher end. Ooh. And you know, it's a good progression.
Yeah.
And you guys should definitely check out this tournament whenever it happens. It's on Moose Pickles' Twitch channel and Hodor's as well, if I am not wrong. Matref can correct me because he knows as well about this. But the main channel where it happens is Moose Pickles' channel. I don't know if someone could link it in the chat if they want. Yeah, okay. So Matt confirmed that it's on Moose's channel, and yeah, it's
that right?
It's a that would I don't know.
That is not right.
Yeah, no. Let me.
That's not it.
Oh, thank you guys.
Yep.
Moose Pickles Nick.
There we go.
I forgot the nick in the name. Sorry.
There we go.
And it's a CSC style tournament, so it's more about pathing than raw skill set.
That's cool.
So if you want to get better at pathing and not enter a competition where people are already goated on pathing, #CSC tournaments, you can enter the HPC. It's a good it's a good start for competitive Clone Hero, and then you can enter other tournaments whenever they happen.
That does sound really cool.
It is. It's really nice. It's a good gateway, as Matrif is saying. Really good gateway. Chill people, chill organization. The chart pick sometimes is kind of questionable, but it got much better on the second edition than the first one, which I like. And yeah, keep your eyes open because the Pro Cup is gonna start. I'd say like this month or next month. believe. And it's gonna be good. Especially when we have people like Mackie competing.
Oh yeah.
I'm about to get my cheeks clapped, but you know, it's fun.
Yep. So, that about covers everything we're going to talk about for this month's episode. So, thank you all, everyone, for coming by, Borealis, Misk, and Steve. And everyone in chat, of course.